Tracy here with BibleJournalingMinistries.com, and today we're going to make a luminaria or candlelight thing. I don't know what you call it, but we're going to make it today because my husband and I are celebrating 21 years of marriage, and I need to make him a present. You see, when I don't know if it's just us or as you get older you just don't need as many things for gifts, so we like to not buy each other a lot of things, and instead what we do is we'll do donations, or we'll do something that we make each other or whatever. So for our anniversary today, we're celebrating 21 years of marriage, and I went ahead and for our marriage I donated, I think it was like $30. Yeah, $30 to the St. Mary's Food Bank, and when I donate that $30, it provides, every dollar provides 7 meals for people. So $30 times 7 meals is 210 meals to celebrate 21 years of marriage. So that's my little love note to him. It says, to celebrate 21 years of loving you, 210 people get to eat dinner. Love me. So that's his gift. And I also wanted to give him something that would be cool to kind of remember 21 years together. So I am making him the candle holder, or luminaria is really what it is. So if you're going to follow along with me, you will need just a jar. So this is just a used apple jar from Trader Joe's, and any kind of jar that you have, plastic works fine as well, but it needs to be see-through. So grab a jar like that, and then you will need some printouts. So what I've done here is I've used our printable that says, "As for me and my household, we will serve the Lord," and I printed that on sticker paper. So the first thing I did was I printed out on regular paper so I could see, you know, really if the pictures were going to fit. And they're going to fit just fine, and now I get to decide which ones will fit on there. And so I printed it out first and just collaged it. Really, I collaged it on, you could use Microsoft Word and just add the pictures and then just print it out. And you can actually use just the copy paper if you want to, but I want to use the sticker paper. So I use the Avery Clear 8.5 by 11 full sheet shipping label, number 8665, and you can get this on Amazon. And so I printed it out, this exact thing, in black and white, and you could print it out again in color if you want to, but I just chose to do black and white. So you're going to need some stickers. This is just what I chose to do. Again, I just used a word processor and laid out my images, and then used our printable and put that in there too, and then just print it out real easy. And then what also you're going to need is some kind of ribbon. I have 3 to choose from. I haven't decided which one I'm going to choose yet, but I wanted something a little more manly, and this is what I had on hand. And you're going to need probably some gesso, white gesso, or some white paint, and or both, to cover the lid. And you will need a glue stick and a glue gun. And you will need tissue paper and some batteries and some lights. So I found this light set. This was at the dollar store, and I just picked it up when I was there. So all of this stuff I actually had on hand, so I didn't have to go to the store. But if you're looking for some of this stuff, this will be at the dollar store. It's just a light set, 10 lights. And then I actually got these batteries at the dollar store too, which is awesome. These I got at, I want to say, Michael's last year when they were like 80% off, but they probably have them now, something similar at least. So if you're looking for that kind of ribbon, you probably, any store, really, any craft store is going to have some kind of burlap, something looking. So just go look, Hobby Lobby, Joann's, or Michael's, or use what you have. And you could totally, and then this was just stuff I had left over. So, but you can buy tissue paper at the dollar store too. Okay. So to get started, I'm just going to cover up my workstation because the glue may stick to my work surface, and I don't want to do that. So I just want to make sure that it has a space to sit and dry. And then I am going to take take the lid off, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to paint my lid. And I want to paint my lid with the gesso. And you can apply gesso with a paintbrush if you want to. I usually will apply it with a makeup sponge so I can just throw away the sponge when I'm done. So I'm just applying some gesso just to kind of mute out that background. I think I would like to put a sticker on that background, but I would like to definitely not see the words through that. So that's the first layer. I'm just going to let it dry, and then I might come back with another layer of gesso or the white paint, more likely the white paint. So I'm just going to set that aside to dry. And the reason why I use a makeup sponge with the gesso is because the gesso will harden, and it's like literally hard as a rock. You can see that I use this edge. So what I'll do is I'll use the gesso in the places where it's still soft, and then I'll cut the edge off and keep using this until it's gone. So let's go ahead and do the next part, which is laying the stickers. So when you get your jar, you want to clean your jar and take off all the little papers that are on it. Do the best job you can. If you can't get it all off like these, you can use something like Goo Gone would work, and you just kind of put it on there and it really will take it off. But I didn't have any with me and alcohol wasn't doing a good job, so I'm really hoping that I can just cover it with a sticker. Less is more. And then I want to go ahead and take my sticker sheet and try to figure out where I want to put my stickers. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut this out. When I measured it for this jar, I measured it at 3 inches long. So if you take your measuring tape, just take your jar, and wherever you want to put your stickers, you just want to measure it. So you can see here from 1 inch to 4 inches, this is 3 inches here. And that's how I measured these out whenever I was working on them in the Word. And then I'm just going to cut them out. And you can use a straight edge if you want. You don't have to. And I want to use this one that says, "As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord." Of course, I never plan to use all of these images, but whenever I'm printing out on these stickers, I don't want to waste any sticker paper. So I want to always use as much as I can, and then I can always use these stickers in another project. So that's my plan anyways. So I know I want to use the sticker for sure. And I think this is going to be the main image. So I'm going to take the main image and put it on a space that doesn't have any, that won't show this kind of messiness here in case it doesn't look good. And I also don't want to show too much of this line here, so I have to decide where that placement's going to be. And for me, it's going to be right about here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just take off the backing. And usually there's a little line. I can usually find a line because it's perforated on the back. But the one I cut just didn't have one, so now I have to fussy make an edge so I can peel it. It's not too bad, but oh, there it was. It was at the bottom. I missed it. And I'm just going to place the sticker down. And then I'm just going to put a piece of tissue paper over it and just rub it. And the reason why I'm using the tissue paper instead of my finger is because I don't want to smudge any of that ink that's on the sticker. Now it probably will not smear, but I really don't want to take a chance. So there it is. And that's what that looks like. So now what I'm going to do is the rest of the stickers. I'm just going to go ahead and apply them around the jar, and then I will be right back. So I'm going to fast forward through this part so you don't have to worry about watching me cut and paste because it's the same process. So I'm going to fast forward. Talk to you soon. are kind of done. It's not clean though. I have some empty spots here, and then my pictures are a little bit over the edge where I want them to be. So the first thing I'm going to do is trim up the edges. So to do that, I'm just going to take an X-Acto knife, and there's actually a lip along here that I can just follow. So just be careful when you're doing this. If you're going to use a knife, don't cut yourself. And I'm just going to follow that edge with my X-Acto knife. And I'm going to try to get as clean of a line as I possibly can. So once I score that with the X-Acto knife, I can then pull up the edge and it should just come right off super straight. Okay. Oh, that didn't come off super straight. That came off crooked. I didn't cut it. Let's try that again. Let's cut it this time. And just anytime you're working with glass, just be careful. Don't press too hard. Don't, try to cut yourself. Just not a good idea. I have a little bit hanging over this edge too, so that's just my inability to get the sticker down straight. And so I'm just going to score that off too. It should come right off. Cool. And these stickers are repositionable. So don't worry if you stick it down and you don't like the spot you stuck it down in, you can always just pull it back up. So right now I'm pretty happy with the way it looks, with the exception of the two spaces here that I didn't account for. So I think what I'll do is I'll just decorate that with some washi tape. So I'll frame it up basically. I have some washi tape here. It looks like, is this dry yet? Yeah, that's dry. So let's go ahead and paint the top of this in white. I like to kind of do things multitasking so that I don't have to wait for things to dry, so that things are drying while I'm doing other things. So I'm just painting this lid white. I put a little bit of paint in the middle, and I'm just painting it down the side, so it kind of creates a little bit of a star pattern if I was going to create any pattern, but I'm trying not to create a pattern. Just sometimes it happens, and that's fine. I mean, you can take your paintbrush and make it smoother if you want. But my plan is to stick a sticker over that anyways, so I'm cool with a little bit of texture in there. No big deal. Okay, so now I'm going to put some washi tape on the edge, and I have a roll of washi tape, and I'm trying to figure out which roll I want to use. I'm thinking black and gold would be really cool, or maybe just gold. So let's just try it out. The best way to test it out is to try it out, and if you don't like it, you can just remove it. So I have this color here. It's like a little gold scroll. And I'm just going to place that down. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it. I'm going to leave it. And then I'm just going to cut it off so that I have straight lines. Neat. You can see a little gap here. I could fix that if I want to. I'm not sure if I'm going to or not. I probably will. And let's place this washi tape on this edge here. And I'm going to go ahead and trim that up. There are a couple extra pieces of washi tape that I'm going to throw away, but you could save those for another project. So far it's looking really good. I have a little bit of air bubbles that I'll have to work out before I give it to them. Maybe a plastic will work. It's like, it's a balance though, because you don't want to scrape off the frost that's on this. So you have to be careful. Yeah, I'm not going to do any more to that because I got a little scratch there, and that does not make me happy. So I'm going to leave it, and I'll be happy with it. And you know, he won't even notice it unless he watches this video, and then he'll notice it. and he won't really care. So I have a little bit of the washi tape over that A, but that's okay. I'm going to cut that off right at the edge. And I'm going to edge it out right here as well. This is just my way of doing it. If you have a better way of doing it, I would love, you know, just comment below and share with everybody. This is what you do could really save somebody else some time. So if you have any best practices, if you've done one of these before, yeah, let us know. Here at Bible Journaling Ministries, we're a community and we support each other. And one of the ways we support each other is by providing helpful tips. Ta-da! That looks good. I'm excited. I like that. I'm not sure if I want to do an edge at the bottom or not. I feel like I should, so I might just use the rest of this piece here. Just to kind of create a little bit of an edge, so it doesn't look all wrong. Not wrong, but, you know, off. Oh, good. That's cool. I love it. Okay, so let's see where we are. We have As from my house, we will serve the Lord. We've got our pictures on here. I think they look great. We've got our lid. Oh, lid was not dry. Let's let the lid dry a little bit more as we consider how else we want to decorate this. Let's put the lights in. So these lights are really cool, and you get them at the dollar store. And I buy them and then I put them in vases throughout the house. And I just think they're really cool. So, and then they just require 2 AA batteries. So I'm going to place those in there. Oh, is it going to be a little screwdriver? Oh no. Okay, well I have to go find a screwdriver. I'll be right back. Okay, got a screwdriver out now. And let's see if I can get it to unscrew. You might have to go buy one. Ooh. Okay, now we can unscrew it. We can put the batteries inside of it. And we can put the lid back on. Oops. Make sure the wires stay in there. Okay, good. It turns on. That's a positive. And now we can screw it back in. And if you don't want to screw it in, you don't have to. Just put some washi tape around it. It'll be fine. So we have the lights, which look great. And let's put some tissue paper in here. I don't know if I need that much tissue paper. Let's try a small sheet. This is just a little sheet of tissue paper. And the purpose of the tissue paper is just so you don't see a lot of the electronic components. So now that the tissue paper is in there, I can put the lights in there. And I always like to put the electronic component near the top so you can turn it on and off. easily. Now, you could be very clever. I'm not going to be clever, but you could be clever and figure out a way to maybe drill a hole into this top and then somehow feed the lights in like that, and maybe put something on to cover the battery pack, but I'm not going to do that. Our anniversary is tomorrow and I don't have time for that. So there is the light. That's pretty. I love it. So now I'm just going to do a little more decorating. I think what I'll do right now is dry this off. It's close enough. Close enough. And now we're going to trace where I need to cut. So I'm just going to take my pencil or charcoal pencil or anything that you have is fine. And I am just going to trace it. And I know that I want to trace it and cut it a little bit lower than where I traced. So I'm just going to, I'm sorry, I didn't say that right. So I traced it, now I'm going to cut inside that trace line. And if you have, you know, circle tools or anything like that and you want to use those, feel free. You don't have to cut it out by hand like I'm doing. And I cut off the place where you peel again. So there is that. Whoa. And now I'm going to place this down and hopefully place it right. And if I don't, I can still trim it around. Again, it's not a big deal. That's really cute. I love it. It's so cool. See, and this is not very messy. We're not using any kind of Mod Podge or anything. But look how cute that is. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is decide what ribbon I'm going to use. So I can use this ribbon here. And that just goes around like this, which would look really cool. That's option 1. Option 2 is this little deer. You can also use washi tape, that would work as well. In fact, if you really like the scrolls, these scrolls, the washi tape, you could do washi tape around it. Oh, I like the deer, so I'm going to stick with the deer. I think that's cool. So I've measured it and I'm going to cut it. And I cut it just a little bit so that it overlaps. And then I'm going to take my glue gun and put a little bead of glue down. And then I'm going to, oops, I wanted to make that sure that that went on the front so I could center it. Oops. The good thing about glue gun is if you don't like it, you can always try again. You just have to peel the glue off. Or you could leave it on there and just put another bead of glue on there. Let's try that again. In fact, I'll do it this way so I can see. And let's not put the reindeer or deer on the wrong way this time. There we go. That looks good. I'm just trying to even it up on the side here, you can see. And I'm going to finish it up. Got some of this sticker stuff on me. This is a very old glue gun, but it still works. So we keep things around here that work as long as they work, until they become a fire danger hazard, and then we throw them away. Whoops. I got a lot of this glue on me. Okay. Back to what we were doing. And, oh, I need another piece of glue gun. Glue. This is old glue. I think it's like 10 years old glue, but it'll work fine. It still glues. And yeah, I love it. Okay. Let me just finish up. Glue flew out. And I'm just going to finish up with just a little bit of glue on the edge. And that looks really neat. This is very cool. I think he's going to really love it. So that's that. That's how it looks right now. And then what I thought we would do is just check out. Let's just see what it looks like with the scrolls across the top here. So I'm just going to grab my washi tape. For those of you who are wondering, my washi tape is actually on an embroidery hoop. So, in case you have questions about that, I'm just going to grab some of this washi tape. And I'm going to see what it looks like. And if you don't want your glass jar to move around so much, just put like your scissors there to kind of keep it still, or something else. Otherwise, it tends to roll. So I'm going to see what this looks like as I wrap the washi tape around it. And the cool thing about the washi tape is if you don't like it, you can just take it off. You don't have to keep it. But I suspect it's going to create a really pretty see-through effect, which is why I actually hadn't planned on doing this in the video, but that's what the thing about being a crafter or an artist. You can choose to change things up how you want it. You don't have to follow anybody's rules or plans. That looks great. So there's that first layer. What is that? Piece of glue on there. And let's do another one. You can even alternate if you want to. You can do a different color, but I just want to do scrolls, so I'm going to keep it with just the scrolls. And the cool thing about the scrolls as well, I'm not sure if you have access to them. I want to say they came in a pack from Michael's. But the cool thing about them is that even though I'm bending this washi tape in a circle, you can't really see the bends because it's a scroll. So you can't really tell. But if you don't want the bends, that sounds weird. But if you don't want to see any of the wrinkles and you don't want to smooth them out yourself like I'm doing, you can always cut your washi tape as well. And what I mean by that is you just take your washi tape, and I don't have time for that, but if you were to do it, you would get some scissors. Where are my scissors? Here they are, right in front of me. And you would just kind of nip them like that. And that allows you, when you nip them like that, it allows you to curve them a little bit without the bend. So that's the idea. I don't care. I'm not going to mess around with that. My husband's going to be like totally thrilled about this beautiful custom luminaria or candle holder. I think that you can definitely put a candle in here if you remove the tissue paper. You don't have to use the light like I've used. But if you do decide to put a candle in here, make sure that you watch it so that, you know, and don't put the lid on it because then the candle won't burn and will burn the top of your lid. But if you decide to, this is so cool. It's so fun too. I'm just going to use the rest of these washi tapes, and that way they're not going to go to waste. And it's up at the top so no one's going to see. It's just really fun, and I think it's a really beautiful custom gift for our 21st anniversary. And you could make this for anybody, really. Just smooth out the washi tape. Alright, here we are. I'm going to kind of turn off one of the lights to see if that helps. So we have our candle, and we've got our pictures here, the family, and see if it helps with a little bit of light. So that's the best I can do, guys. But it's actually really gorgeous in person, so. Anyways, I hope that this tutorial was helpful to you and that you're able to create something relatively inexpensive and a beautiful gift for someone that you love. I will talk to you soon. If you have questions, put them in the comments. I'd love to answer them. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and share it with a friend. Have a great day now. Goodbye.